Welcome everyone to another one of my streams. Today, I figured I would build a bunch of mech parts for a project that I'm working on live. Hope you guys dig this kind of content. And I'm basically just working on different parts that I can then later assemble together to make a mech or robot or cyborg or bionic creature or what have you. So I'm going to be working on multiple parts so that I can have a little bit of freedom in the future. And I'm going to be using these parts to work on a bunch of different Bodhisattva robots that will be in alignment with the kind of work that I've been doing in the past. And could be like a possible collection for NFTs. A collection of NFTs that I could possibly auction. And so this is going to take me a little bit of time, and I figured I could go live, start modeling some of these parts out that I will be using in the future. And kind of just started, and it's not really fully organized. I've basically created some pipes, some cores, some chest plates, and now I started to work on some thighs. This could be the thigh of a mech. I mean, these are pretty low poly for now, so that I can add displacement maps if I want to add extra detail like panels or vents or whatever. But we're going to go ahead and just begin. I'm going to turn off soft select it. Excuse me. I'm going to turn off soft select there just because I'm going to start with the default manipulation tools set, to their default mode, and soft select treats things like clay a little bit. So yeah, so we're going to go in here. I'm going to start from a cube. Select the space here. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to extrude upwards. And I'm going to widen it a little bit. I'm working on thighs right now, different possible thighs for bionic type body. I'm going to add some edge loops, and I'm going to shape it as I go, just a tad. I'm also going to widen that a little, like so. And actually now, I could probably turn on soft select just to get some width in the back. I'm just shaping up a bicep part, and at this stage I'm blocking in the base mesh, and I'm going to add another set of 2 edge loops, and I'm going to shape that up a little. That's fine, that works. I'm going to select the whole object, just fix the shape a little. And let's see. Widen that. I'm going to extrude inwards. And I'm going to make some room for a possible ball joint. squeeze these guys in a little. Not too bad. I'll select an edge, pull it like so. And here, I'm going to actually extrude downwards. Pieces for the ball joint to go and slide into. Maybe the back could be a little barely wider. I'm going to extrude just a little bit more here. Kind of doing it by eye. I could lock the relative scale down to like 0.1 or 0.2 and go in small increments, but I want the front to be a little bit thinner than the back, so I can eyeball that. They are different shapes on purpose. Here, I'm going to flatten that. I'm going to extrude. And I'm actually going to pull that in a little. Extrude. I just want to make sure I didn't like double extrude there. I think we're good. And there you have it. And then that just kind of makes room for a ball socket to connect. Maybe also bevel some edges. experimenting with different looks here. Because who knows, maybe this could be like a piece that sort of shields the rim a little. Cool. I'm gonna just bevel that edge as well, like so. I think we should be good. Let's give this a little rotation. Push it in a little. And I think we have another thigh coming along for a possible mech or bionic human or robot or light-bodied bodhisattva that has the aesthetics of a robot or something like that. But that's kind of where I'm going to be taking this. We're going to be making a series of different characters. We're going to be merging Eastern mysticism and Western futurism to make some Buddha robots, for lack of better words. We'll talk about them more as we go, but for now we're just building parts to possibly put together later. Okay. Come in here. And just poke out this area. Going to rotate this just a tad, like so. Actually, lift that up a little. And there you have it. This could be another part that we can use. Just going to add some edge loops here and there. Maybe something there could be cool. Like that. That works. I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm keeping it rather low poly for now because I could always I could always go in, open up hyper shading, and like for example, I could go in and assign like a selection and give this thing panels. Like right now the panels look off, but you get what I'm saying. I can go in and add detail with just like a texture, so you know we're not really there yet, but I see. Okay, so I need some subdivisions. Good thing I did that because gonna need some subdivisions in the center here so that everything works properly. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna add some edge loops, and I'm gonna add some more edge loops, and that should do it. Now, of course, I could go in and open up my UV editor, and like I could like delete these UVs and create camera-based UVs, and we could cut these, we could unfold them. But I don't think we need to do all that right now because we're just modeling. But why not? Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Like for example, I can go in there, cut, and then I can select the UVs, unfold, select UVs, unfold, and now if I just kind of stack them like so, whoops, you can kind of see if things are working out. So let's see. Yeah, so we're getting better distribution of texture evenness, which is what we want. I could sit here and clean this up more, but it's just not the time to do it. Right now we're modeling, not texturing it. But I did want to check the topology and see how things were looking. I think the shape works. I think it's good. And we could always tweak it to be even better. Got another thigh. So I'm going to create this layer here once I shrink this down to sort of keep everything organized. I'm going to have all these thighs kind of go into one strip or one layer of objects. But right after I shape it down, we're going to do that. So let me just fix it up a little. Let me take off snap to grid. Shrink it a little bit more. There you go. We can always scale it up later if we want to, and you know we can always warp these shapes too, like as we go, depending on what we need. Not every Borg, and not every freaking mech that we're gonna do is gonna have the exact same proportion for every single shape that we've built here. So we have freedom, we have possibilities, and we're gonna have some fun. And yeah, so we're gonna create, we're actually gonna have to name our objects, so it's very important to name everything. What was the last one we named? Thigh 9. So this is gonna be thigh 10. I'm gonna name it here in the outliner and make sure that we stay organized. If I don't name anything, everything is gonna appear as p cube 1, p cube 2, p cube 3, off to 100. So we don't want that. We want to stay organized, and we're gonna kind of name things as we go. And so right now, I think we're in good shape. Now there are some things that aren't named, like these random groups here, but it'll have to do for now. I guess we could just delete this. We don't need that.
Morning, Jimmy. What is wrong? Tell your boyfriend you should run.
So now,
Morning, Tommy. How's your
let me actually just triple check that real
Still
quick.
awake? Want some more?
Yeah, no, we're good. We don't need those discs. I thought maybe there was like some kind of piece of geometry that was on a thigh piece or something like that, but there wasn't. And so we just deleted them. I think I had previously created some stuff where like I had done some experiments modeling out of a disc, and they didn't really work out, and then I just kind of like started over. So the history was kind of left behind in the outliner, and I just decided to just go ahead and clear that. Sometimes you just have to, you know, kind of work backwards and make sure you have very clean production flow. Like these here, like what happens if I delete that? I don't see something there disappear. So this is one of the chess pieces. So I'm not going to delete all the P cubes because some of these are like pieces of a group, which I should have named as I went, but whatever, it's fine. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna build another thigh. We need one more thigh to kind of finish this row. So I'm gonna start again from a cube. We're gonna go create polygon primitives cube. And I'm gonna go in here and just kind of widen it a little. And maybe this time do a little bit of an extrude here. Let's see, probably do something like just start beveling some edges right in the beginning. That looks kind of cool. Maybe you know, bevel the bottom here. And by the way, if you're wondering like how I have this K modeling shelf here, I created this. Basically, you can make your own custom shells. So like if I click on poly modeling here, Maya, Autodesk Maya has standard tools in the poly modeling shell. So like for example, if I click this, I could create a sweep shape, and you know, like if we go in here and I mess with like how many sides it gets, or like if I wanted to twist or taper, you know, I could do that with this tool. And so any tools that we like, we can stack. And so I made my own shelf with my own tools, and I put bevel, which is like a very basic tool. It's literally right there in edit mesh bevel, but I just kind of am tired of clicking on edit mesh, so I put bevel right there. So I was just using that just to give this a little bit of a beveled look. So we're gonna go in here and I'm gonna give this a little bit more shape. Grab these guys too. Again, still just focusing on creating a thigh. Turn on soft select. I'm gonna pull that out a little. And I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna extrude. And I'm gonna extrude again. And, I'm actually gonna bevel this edge. And what we're going to do is we're going to smoothen all this. No, that's not what we want. We'll go in and manually click all of these faces. Sometimes when you double click the faces, you can just very quickly select a loop. But if your loop goes in a different direction, you could always retopologize and use quad draw, or you could just do it by hand. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna smoothen that. And now we can fit a ball joint in there, more or less. So we're gonna go in here and actually lift this up, like so. Select these faces. Turn on soft select, shrink them a bit to get a little bit more of that thigh shape. Coming along. And turn off soft select there. And I'm thinking maybe we can bevel these edges here. Could be kind of cool. And there you have it. I'm also gonna extrude this out. And I'm gonna select these edges. And I'm gonna bevel those edges as well. Also, I'm gonna pull this to the side a bit to get a little bit of a stronger shin, or rather thigh guard. Forgot to move that edge. I'm just going to do it now. And, we're having some issues here. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe I can just pull this guy out. Maybe it's just like an extrusion thing. So now we just have some extra designs on this leg, and we should be good. Also, I'm gonna just pull an area where I can attach to the calf or knee. Oops. Here we have another thigh. Maybe I could just extrude that out as well. Shrink it down a tiny bit. Bevel those edges. Make sure no other edges are selected. Hit bevel. And there you have it. Maybe give this some like rotation for dynamic shape. Just like very subtle. Here. Maybe that's too much soft select, so we're going to reduce that by a 0.5. Angle it a little. And there you have it. You have another leg piece. Just going to take a look here. I'm noticing there's something weird going on. I might have had a face selected there, huh? Wow, what am I doing? Turn off soft select. And you know what? What I'm going to do is actually going to fix it. Instead of trying to work with my mistakes, this time I'm just going to straight up fix it. I'm going to get rid of that. Make sure that that's the only thing that's selected. We accidentally extruded a face there that we did not want to. Now, I'm going to select the pen to poly. Just fix it like that. That's better. Alright, we have another thigh piece. Move it. to size it down a bit. And so this isn't the only kit bash sheet that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna have a couple different files. This is just like one that is gonna have thighs, biceps, chest plates, cores, pipes, possible like gears and things like that, and then I'm gonna eventually specialize where like maybe one file only has torsos, one file only has like maybe like torsos and pelvises, and then another file has like rocket boosters, and then over time I'm gonna build out a hub out of multiple parts that I personally built that I could use for kit bashing to build my own mech designs. So that's coming soon. But we're coming along. I'm pretty stoked, and the topology for these is pretty good. So, you know, we're in all quads. Like even with shapes like this, you know, it's all quads. So we're in good shape. Even when it doesn't look like it at first glance. This one's pretty abstract, but yeah. Alright, so we're gonna save that. I like to save multiple versions of the same file so that if I want to go back and change stuff, it's very easy to do that. Okay, so we're going to continue here. Actually, just want to make sure everything is named. No, it's not. This is die 12. We're also going to do a couple things here. We're going to select all these. And we're going to open up our layers tab. And we're going to make a layer out of the selected object. It's going to be called thighs. And we'll give it some kind of color. Get it like, I don't know, orange, peach, whatever that color is. And so now I can turn off that whole layer. And we can move it down. So we have the pipes, the cores, chest plates, thighs, and we could do like biceps and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool. All right. Alright, we're going to continue. Just making some shapes here. Going to be extruding from there. Extruding again. Working on a simple bicep here. maybe like here. We could extrude. Did a wrong extrusion there. Actually, we're also going to select these parts too. We're gonna do an extrude here. That's strange. It's weird how it wants to do it like that. Huh. Very interesting. Alright, we're gonna actually redo this a little bit. Okay. Now, let's try this again. A little better. No, did not mean to make those edge loops there. I'm gonna go in here, and I'm gonna just make that a little bigger. Extrude in, shrink down, extrude in, shrink down, and push in. And I'm actually going to just kind of select all these. Okay, I think we're all selected here, just to make sure we're not selecting anything else that we don't want. Good. We're gonna go in and we're gonna hit mesh smooth, and that should give us a nice shape for a ball socket. And to be honest, I'm pretty happy with this bicep. I'm just gonna reshape it real quick. Actually, I'm gonna do a soft select, maybe like a 0.9. Take that, widen it a tad, like so. Give it a little bit more shape. Maybe pull this one out a little. No, that's too much. Soft select. Fall off radius with less. 0.1. Pull it out a little. And there you have it. A brand new part. A bicep. We're gonna go in. We're gonna title this Bicep 01. Again, this could be a good starting ground for new character designs. And yeah, looking forward to using all these parts. Also, it just feels good to make your own, mech parts that you can kit bash from. It's always fun to kit bash. Way easier to do when somebody else builds all the parts. You just take it and put it together and make your own. That's cool too. But I'm just really going through the whole process of even building out all of the little pieces that I'm going to be combining. So there's nothing wrong with using other people's kit bash parts as long as you have the permission. But I wanted to create my own. Be right back. I take a quick bathroom break. Oh. And I'm back. Let's continue here. I could probably organize these objects differently in the near future. But for now, we're just going to keep producing stuff. So it doesn't really matter. Alright, we're going to create another cube. And keeping things in all quads so that when we do our textures, they flow nicely on our geometry. And we have clean topology. So I always like starting from a cube for the most part. It depends. But for these biceps, it just makes sense to start from a cube. Here. Extrude. Oh, extrude. There we go. Shrink. Like that. Turn on soft select. Shrink that a little bit. No, we need more soft select fall off. Now I'm going to shrink it. We have a good shape for bicep. And turn off soft selects. Extrude, go in, shrink down.
I walk without a shadow.
Select these edges here. We're going to bevel. We're actually not going to bevel that. Maybe we could shrink this and then bevel it. Yeah, that, I'm not sure I like that. So, I'm actually going to do this. I'll select all of these. And, actually, I'm going to extrude that. And now, I'm going to select all of these. Smooth them. Make sure no other faces are selected. I think we're good. And mesh. Okay. So just wanna squeeze this a little. Okay. And we have perfect socket or bolt joint. I'm going with the multi-cut tool here. Just make some edges. I'm going to cut some edges into here. Click here, click there. And this way we keep a clean topology. And we don't have weird issues later. And I'll come back and do the centers of those. But for right now, I'm gonna do it like this. There's probably a faster way to do this. You know, there's always, when there's a way, and that's the way that you know, then that's good enough. As long as we have clean topology, that's what matters. Sometimes you gotta do this stuff by hand. We're pretty good. Now we just need the, let's see, I'm gonna edit, insert edge loop. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. I'm gonna switch it from 2 edges to 1. Add 1 loop here. Goes all the way around. And I'll add 1 here. Oh, not that. And then I'll go in with the multi-cut tool. Just finish that last looping edge that we need. I don't know why it wasn't, I guess it didn't want to loop around because it didn't have the right number of faces. When we smoothed the socket, it must have gotten confused. So we have to go in and do it by hand to finish the job. Which is totally fine. This is why the multi-cut tool exists. Okay, I think we added all of our edges. Let's see how this looks. Okay. We go in here now and just fatten up those central faces. I think we're good. I'm going to take my scale tool and just push it in the X axes. And this helps me to get even distribution, more even distribution proportions between the different square faces. Well, the music has stopped. By the way, shout out to Tigerhead and or Berlin YouTube channel. Be sure to check them out if you like the music. Need an area for the armpit socket. Go in and smoothen these faces here. Making sure that those are the only faces that are selected. Mesh smooth. There we go. not sure I like that actually. So we'll just leave it unsmoothed. I mean, that works too. Got a better idea. I'm gonna give this a little bit more shapeliness. Like so. And we'll keep it like that. Actually, I'll do the same thing to this inner area. Like that. There you go. Maybe I'll add some edge loops. Maybe like one set of edge loops in here. That can kind of help the topology a little. Let's see, how is this looking? Not too bad. It's coming along. What's going on? I'm gonna turn on soft select, push this outwards. Select this back area, do the same. Kind of like that a lot actually. Make this a little wider here. Push it up. Yeah, let's select these edges. Helps it retain its shape. And just like that, we have another bicep. And I think that's good enough for a more simplistic kind of shape. Go in, just kind of place it next to the other one. Maybe it is a little bulkier. Kind of place it like so. That works. Maybe just shrink it a tiny bit. There you go. Now we gotta name it bicep 2. And there you have it. So I'm just going to keep building these things out. Probably go live again soon. Kind of dead out here today. But I'll continue doing some more modeling. And hopefully, we got a little bit more of a crowd going in the chat. But yeah. I'm going to take a break. And we'll continue building out more mech parts in the near future. Might work a little bit on this off screen as well, so you might see a little bit more progress next time I go live. But yeah, for those of you who are watching, hope you guys dig this. If you don't, well, sorry. I'm gonna be doing a few more anyways, but definitely gonna be going live soon on Pokemon Go. Gonna be doing some raids. Probably gonna be doing some Dead by Daylight streaming as well in the near future, and gonna come back to this for sure. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.